Corporate landlords. Basically the real-life Monopoly players who somehow always manage to grab Boardwalk before you even pass go. Now, if your first thought is, who cares? It's just another landlord. Let me stop you right there. Corporate landlords aren't just regular owners. They're the ones who buy up entire neighborhoods like they're on a shopping spree. Corporations and Wall Street investors, more commonly known as private equity firms, now own about half of all rental stock in the United States. They've helped create a situation of scarcity and also profit dramatically from it. There's no version of society where corporate landlords are a benefit to the majority of people. For perspective, let's just look at the history of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Good old DFW should be able to tell us some stories. When corporations started dominating the housing market here back in the 90s, they triggered something called gentrification. Apparently, there was a mixed income community with diverse cultures and histories, and it was named Uptown. Now, it's all just luxury condos and boutique gyms. It's like the worst episode of Extreme Makeover, except instead of getting a makeover, you're now white and surrounded by Whole Foods and Starbucks. Corporate landlords brought this change into light, but how? To answer this question, let's dive a little bit deeper. I know the word neoliberal sounds like the name of an alternative rock band, but this is actually a big idea that everything, including the standard small one-bedroom apartment, should be treated like a product to buy and sell. Housing? Why not turn that into a cash cow? Healthcare? Not for the brokies. Culture? Oh, we can squeeze quite a few dollars out of that. To people with a neoliberal mindset, every encounter is a transaction, and every day is an opportunity for more. This revolves around the issue that's called commodification. And a commodity is a basic good that's bought and sold in commerce. Now, when housing becomes a commodity, if you want to buy a house, you might as well consider yourself a contestant on The Price is Right and hope you don't get priced out. Corporate landlords have the cash to buy up properties faster than you can say rent increase, and they absolutely have been. Even just here in DFW, Starwood Capital Group, a Florida investment firm, priced out every other buyer in the last 10 years and made its largest purchase in 2016. This amounted them to over 15,000 apartments in Dallas alone. Keep in mind, this is just one corporation. And I promise, when they buy these apartment complexes, they're not shy about turning up that profit dial to 11. This often leads to rent hikes that make you wonder if your apartment came with a hidden jacuzzi or something. And spoiler alert, it didn't. And don't you go expecting upgrades to these apartments now. If you can't keep up with the new prices, well, you might find yourself on the receiving end of an eviction notice. It's like being voted off the island, except the only challenge you lost was afford to live here. And this doesn't just impact individuals. This messes with the entire community. When long-term residents are forced out, the neighborhood loses its soul. It loses its character, displacing current residents that can't afford to live there anymore on account of rental increases. The identity that Uptown Dallas has now is one of empty nesters and single millennial tech workers, damn near an Uno reverse card of the original makeup of that community's inhabitants. So what can we do about it? Well, for starters, we can push for things like stronger tenant rights, rent control policies, and community land trusts. Basically anything that keeps housing affordable and helps folks stay in the communities they've lived in for years. Because let's be honest, nobody wants to live in a city where the most affordable option is leaving. So next time you see a large rent increase or another family moving out, remember that it might not just be bad luck. It's possibly part of a bigger, more unrelenting system. But the good news is, we're not helpless. With a little collective action and collaboration, we can turn this Monopoly game around. And with any luck, maybe even get ourselves a get out of rent hikes free card. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and didn't mind the bad jokes, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment below. Let's keep this conversation going. And maybe, just maybe, we can make housing less of a game and more of a guarantee. I'll see you in the next video.